Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I went to make some food as well, so... Well, we gotta find a way to get him out of this chair. Because we need two things. We need the paperweight and we need the scissors. Like, if we try to go for it right now.
Don't touch that, you foul creature, or this ape may ruin my haircut.
Yeah. And
I can't
scissors
reach
up that there, so we're gonna have to use the barber chair to go and get those scissors. Can we take the comb?
Ah! Hands off that comb, or I'll have your bangs, you thieving dog.
Alright. Alright, now we need to use the lice on the comb.
Holy infestation! You've been struck with the hair demons.
What are you talking about?
The cursed head vermin, the scourge of every hygienic sailor on the seven seas.
That's a lie!
Sure as I'm standing here, they're wriggling about your scalp like a pack of wretched sea lions.
Good analogy.
This calls for drastic action. I'm bringing in old Ironsides.
No, let's not be too rash.
Rash. That's a bad sign.
There's no time to lose. I'm going to have to amputate.
No, you'll ruin my hair!
Well, that works. Now that he's gone.
He looks like a true professional.
Yes, he does.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood, here to serve all your mighty pirate needs.
Pleasure to meet you, Guybrush. I am Haggis McMutton of the clan McMutton.
Also, your ears don't deceive you. That is the voice of Alan Young, who, to many kids of my generation, he was known as Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales.
I sure could use a haircut.
Have a seat, laddie, and I'll do you up with a fine coif.
Alright. Also, I forgot to mention, the little punk kid selling the lemonade is, oh god, I've forgotten his name. I just remembered too. It'll come back to me. Hang on. Let's see if we can get the paperweight now.
I can't reach it. I'm too low.
Well, let's get the paperweight now. If we try to go for the scissors, they'll stop us. So I think this is high enough. There we go.
Ugh, blast that ineffectual paperweight. I'll have to go find another.
But what about my haircut?
Keep your skirt on, lad.
Alright, now we got free reign. Not close enough.
I can't reach them.
Okay, keep going. There we go. Now we can get it.
Phew. Well, I searched the whole island, and I couldn't have found a single rock for a paperweight. I suppose I'll just have to eyeball your haircut.
I just remembered I have another appointment.
Oh, I was going to give you a French braid, too.
Maybe later. Anyway, I also forgot to mention that these three are our future pirate crew. We only just need to hire them for their services. So let's start with him again.
How did you become a barber pirate?
I spent 10 years at sea on board the HMS Anathema, the fastest ship in the Scottish Navy.
So how did that help you become a barber pirate?
It was a clipper ship.
Ah. So you started this salon?
Aye, but not on my own. I grew to love hairstyling so much that I told two of my best friends about it.
And then they told two friends.
Aye, and they told two friends, and so on and so on.
Do you know any rousing pirate stories?
Well, there is the story of the secret of Bulky Island. We were a crew of 200 men, under the command of Big Jake McJuggernaut, the most powerful captain on the seas. One night in port, Captain Jake heard a tale of an enormous treasure buried somewhere on Bulky Island. We set sail and landed on the island within a fortnight and found the treasure the next morning.
Bulky Island. Where's that?
You won't find it on any map. Captain Jake took the location of the treasure to his grave. Oh, it was a beautiful sight. A tremendous chest made of solid gold. Big Jake leapt into the hole and wrapped his sinewy arms around the chest. He gathered his resolve, counted to 3, filled his lungs, and lifted with all his might. The sound of his back cracking brought a grimace to even the most steel-hearted crewman. By
Ow.
nightfall, the lot of us were lying on the beach, writhing in pain.
That that is one heavy chest. Why didn't you lift with your knees? Why didn't you work in pairs or groups of 3 or 4? Why didn't you set up a system of ropes and pulleys? And why didn't you flood the hole and let the chest float out? This thing right here, the flood the hole and let the chest float out, is actually a reference to Myst. Another game I might probably do in the future. In the game, one of the solutions to that is that there's this really big heavy chest, and it's chained to the floor, and you can't carry it with you. And there's also this key that is upstairs in the same room, but it's also chained to the floor. So what you have to do is that you have to flood the entire room and have it float up, and that way you can carry it. So yeah. And besides which, since the chest was really, really super heavy, I don't think it would have been able to float on up. So why not, ropes and pulleys?
Why didn't you set up a system of ropes and pulleys?
That would have been the weak man's way out. The pirate Angus MacFulcrum had followed us to Bulky Island, wanting the treasure for himself. The weakling used a lever and took the chest, laughing at us as he carried it to his ship. And my proud Captain McJuggernaut died in traction, cursing himself for not being strong enough.
Okay, so basically it was a matter of Scottish pride. Gotcha.
Haggis. That's an unusual name.
I suppose it is, but haggis is just a nickname. The given name is heart, liver, and kidneys boiled in the stomach of the animal McMutton.
Oh, so your parents were expecting a girl.
Aye.
What is that blue stuff in the jar?
What is that blue stuff in the jar anyway?
Ah, the old comb juice. 'Tis a fiery brew that's bested many a sailor with her fermented froth. It'll burn your throat unless you chase it with conditioner.
No thanks, I won't try. Anyway, let's get to the point.
How would you like to join my crew?
You seem like a nice enough sort, Guybrush. But a man cannot serve as my captain unless he earns me respect.
And how would a man go about doing that?
By besting me in a time-honored test of strength.
How about a test of who can hold his breath the longest?
No, I'm talking about the traditional Highland display of strength and virility, the caber toss.
Oh. Yeah. Well, to those that don't know what he's talking about, I think he'll explain it.
What in the world is a caber?
The caber is a large tree trunk. We go to the field of competition, and each of us heaves the caber as far as he can. The man whose caber goes the farthest is the winner.
That's just about the stupidest sport I've ever heard of. And I watch cable television.
Aye, but you cannot argue with tradition.
And it's real. It's a real Scottish sport. Yeah. We can try it, at least.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
$15.
I would never follow such a weak captain.
That looks like a problem. I imagine if we win the contest, they'll join our crew. But in the meantime, we got stuff to look around. What's with all these portraits?
There's a plaque on this portrait. It says, Captain Richard Squawkins. There never was a more despicable knave, but we gave him an impeccable body wave. Captain Charles Vane. The captain stood 7 feet high in his boots, but you'd never have guessed that we dyed his roots. Another satisfied customer.
It is a skull and crossbones.
Jack Rackahan. Always a dapper crook. Jack wore the layered look. In loving memory. Crackers. 1684 to 1685.
That sucks.
Captain Steve Gromit. He fought and he struggled. He kicked and he brawled. But when he left our shop, we made sure he was bald. Thomas Lude. Here was a dangerous man when accosted, but he looked pretty good when his hair had been frosted. Rachel Squall. This lady we're certain was no debutante. She killed 20 men while she wore this bouffant. Edward Screech. When it came to rum, Edward Screech never skimped. He drank a whole bottle while he had his hair crimped.
Anyway, let's talk with him now.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
So,
It's good to meet you, Mr.
Bill.
Bill? That's your pirate name, Bill?
Cutthroat Bill.
Oh, I see. Well, that puts the whole new spin on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't like this guy to, shave me.
How'd you break into the hairstyling industry?
I saw an ad to join a barbershop quartet. Got a problem with that?
No, that must be very rewarding work.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mean? Just that, cutting hair and singing must be just a lot of fun.
It's like a party every day. Some days I just don't know how to contain my joy. I get giddy, and the laughter bubbles out of me like a sparkling fountain of mirth and gaiety.
Okay, new topic. Do you really enjoy being a barber?
It's a steady income.
Okay. Alright. Pirate stories?
Pirate stories. Got any?
Okay, here's a story. I started out as a crewman on the raging Tightwad, sailing out of Puerto Pollo. The captain was a master treasure hunter, a diviner from some ancient secret society. He had some weird fifth sense when it came to finding objects of value.
Don't you mean sixth sense?
No. By some cruel trick of nature, he was born without taste buds. But his other senses took over and gave him an uncanny ability to find treasure. We left port without a map, guided only by the captain's keen senses. We spent the first week going around in circles, until we realized the crew's gold earrings were throwing the captain off. After we tossed all our jewelry, gold coins, and belt buckles overboard, we got back on course.
Did you ever find any treasure?
We sailed for 2 years, and had finally started back to Plunder Island. But just as we started to doubt him, he paid off. We found sunken treasure right off the coast.
Let me guess.
Wait a second. Was it an enormous pile of jewelry and gold coins and belt buckles at the bottom of the bay?
Exactly. How did you know that?
I just had a feeling.
You literally came back and got the stuff you throw away. 2 years, huh? That was a waste of time.
Do you know any more pirate stories?
Want the story about how I slit the throat of the annoying little pirate who kept asking me questions?
No
Is
thanks.
something troubling you? Say, what you eating there?
Jawbreaker.
Is it good?
Yep.
You don't say much, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
That's a really good jawbreaker there, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's just terrific, isn't it?
Yep.
Boy, I sure could go for a jawbreaker right about now.
Yep.
I said I sure could go for a jawbreaker right about now.
I hope you find one.
You gonna finish that jawbreaker?
Sure am.
Okay, just checking. Nothing I love more than a good jawbreaker.
Me too.
Yeah, see? When you look at it that way, we're really not all that different, you and I.
Whatever.
Could I have your jawbreaker?
No.
We are going to need his jawbreaker. But anyway.
Are you ever going back to pirating?
Maybe. Someday. If I find the right captain.
Perfect. I'll be your captain. Onward to Blood Island and high adventure. Wanna come?
You, a captain? Hardly.
My pirate who defeated LeChuck, I defeated the Swordmaster of Melee Island, discovered the treasure of Big Whoop. Well, Big Whoop was kind of a big deal with everyone, so let's try that one.
I discovered the treasure of Big Whoop.
And what do you have to show for it?
I've got a ton of cool stories.
Treasure? Immense mounds of gold and diamonds? Solid gold scepters of power? Anything?
Well, I've got these nickels.
Wooden?
Yeah.
Some treasure hunter you are. You couldn't find gold in a jewelry shop.
Well, nowadays most gold really is in a jewelry shop.
I bet I could find gold on this very island.
How much would you bet?
Well, I've got these nickels.
Right. Come back when you have some real treasure to show me.
Okay, so basically with him, we gotta show him true chest of strength, and we gotta find real gold to impress him.
It's been a pleasure. Bye.
Anyway, we really need that jawbreaker, so let's get that right now.
You know, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I think we've bonded.
I know that feeling.
How did you do that?
Oh, it was nothing really. Just sudden pressure applied below the sternum to expel a foreign object from the windpipe.
That's amazing. I owe you my life. From now on.
Yes?
From now on, that will be known as the Threepwood Maneuver. Nah.
Change it to Heimlich. Alright. And we got a jawbreaker. It's covered in hair and stuff when it rolled around the floor, though. Anyway.
It's a dapper pirate.
Yep.
Ahoy there! I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
Of course you are.
Okay then, who are you?
Edward Van Helgen.
Not the...
That's right, mine is the name that pirates fear the most. Edward Snugglecakes Van Helgen.
Dude! You went from pirating to hairstyling. Why?
The music of the sea is something that takes hold of your soul and never lets go. But the life of a sailor is a rough one, and the sea shows no mercy. It was no easy choice to leave, but I realized that I could still enjoy the music of the sea while remaining safely on land.
Through affordably priced sea shanty compilation albums?
No. By starting a barbershop quartet, obviously.
Obviously, but there are only 3 of you.
Auditions didn't go as well as we'd hoped. We once had a tenor named Dominique, but he left. Artistic differences.
Well, what a coincidence. Guybrush had a barber by the name of Dominique too once.
You still haven't explained why you chose hairstyling.
Well, we spent so much time coming up with a clever name for the shop, we realized we were going to have to give up singing and actually become barbers. But I still like to think that we're not just cutting hair, that maybe, just maybe, we're teaching people a little bit about themselves.
Okay.
Are you truly happy with this line of work?
I may return to the sea one day, but for now I'm happy helping pirates look their very best. At least until we find a fourth for our barbershop quartet.
We can try.
I could be the fourth for your barbershop quartet.
No, that's okay. I was wrong. We don't need one after all.
Oh, come on, I've really got away with a ballad.
All right, then. Let's hear what you've got.
And here we go.
Oh, there's a monkey in my pocket and he's stealing all my change. His stare is blank and glassy, I suspect that he's deranged.
Oh, my dear, sweet, merciful Savior in heaven.
Pretty good, huh?
You must take an oath now, before man and God, that you will never, ever again sing in public.
So, what are you telling me exactly? Let me try out for your barbershop quartet again.
No!
Oh, please, please. The spirit of music is in me.
All right, but this is the last time.
No, it is not.
Once my old man spoke to good King Triton and asked, why all this senseless fightin'? Why can't we men express emotion? Now I've got a friend in the...
Great sainted jumping monkeys!
What do you think, huh?
That was even more atonal than last time.
Well, we got more to
Now,
do.
let me try out another song for your barbershop quartet.
Am I just not getting through to you, Threepwood?
Come on, this time will be great. Trust me.
If you insist.
Plunder, plunder, how I wonder how'd ya get so doggone pretty? Home to sailors, barbers, tailors, and Puerto Pollo, your capital city.
Mother of all that we as humans hold sacred.
Well,
You're actually beginning to make me physically ill. Please stop.
No, I love torturing people.
listen to me sing again. You'll love it this time.
I really, really, really don't want to.
No, believe me, I'm just getting warmed up. I'm hooked on you, baby, but the seas keep us apart. And there ain't no eye patch big enough to cover up my broken heart.
Words. I need more words. My grasp of the language is not sufficient to describe the violent, retching nausea your singing is causing me to experience.
I'm not following you. Is that a good thing?
One song.
I've got one song left for you. It's a showstopper.
Okay. Whatever.
For those cold, dark shipboard nights, we've got boxers, briefs, and tights. Made from cotton, silk, or satin, in styles Anglo, Dutch, and Latin. When you sail, don't take a chance, wearing nothing neath your pants. Trust Silver's long johns. They breathe.
That's odd.
What? What? You liked it?
No. It was dreadful. It's just that my queasiness has subsided. But now I'm beginning to taste metal and see spots before my eyes. I'm afraid that your singing is so bad that it has caused me to have a stroke.
Alright.
I bet you have a ton of cool pirate stories.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, come on. I'd really like to hear some of...
The year was 1675. We were on a course towards the wreck of the Rattling Phlegm. Our days were filled with songs of the voyage and the untold riches we'd find at our destination. 2 months into our journey, we realized something was horribly wrong.
What?
Was it some kind of seasickness?
In a manner of speaking, we were all stricken with a melody, a diabolical song that I shall never forget. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Hey, that's kind of catchy.
Aye, all too catchy for a crew of 50 men confined to a ship hundreds of miles from port. No one could think of anything else, and many threw themselves into the sea rather than hear any more of the incessant humming. We returned with but 8 of our crew left. The doomed voyage of the Obsessivo-Compulsivo will haunt me forever.
I don't think it was, you know, that bad of a theme. And besides, were you near Melee Island or Scab Island when the music was playing?
How'd you like to join my ever-growing pirate crew?
Your crew? Why would I want to be on your crew?
It's gonna be a blast. We're going to Blood Island.
Sorry, Threepwood. As much as I'd love to be out at sea again, I could never serve a captain who wasn't a gentleman and who wasn't my equal.
I am a gentleman, you big old bedwetting duty head.
Then prove it. If you can defeat me in a gentleman's duel, I'll join your crew.
All right, let's get to dueling.
No, no, no. There are rules. If you want to duel with me, you have to give me sufficient insult.
Okay. How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
That's an old one. Come back when you have some fresher material, eh?
It is an old one.
Hey, that's a nice shirt. How long have you been colorblind?
Oh, please.
Nice cologne you're wearing. Did you actually roll around in dung or just dab a little behind each ear?
That's not the type of insult I had in mind.
Did I mention you're a big old bedwetting duty head?
As a matter of fact, you did. And I'm not impressed.
I don't want to insult you. Why can't we just get along? Whoa, look at the time. Gotta scoot.
Well, we gotta find some way to best him in a gentleman's duel, but first we actually have to get him into the duel first. And anyway, just so you know, Edward Van Helgen is basically a a parody of an actual, person known as Eddie Van Halen. So yeah, basically, this is Eddie Van Halen. For those that don't know, look him up. Honestly, if you don't know who Van Halen is, just look it up. Trust me, you'll love it. But anyway, we do have something that will help us insult him. Like a gentleman.
Now there's a challenge. To the field of honor. Choose your weapon.
Okay. Now the obvious thing to do would probably to go for any of the pistols, but it won't work because Van Helgen will actually defeat us very easily. However, there is a way where we can challenge him with something else, and that is the banjo.
I choose the banjo.
I accept.
You do?
Okay. A thing about what we gotta do is that we actually are going to do dueling banjos. Not the exact, tune or anything, but you gotta get the idea. And what we gotta do is that we got to, watch which strings he pulls after each, medley he does. So basically we gotta copy him, bit for bit. So... Okay, 5. 5, 2. 5, 2, 5. 4. 5. 2. And 4. 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, and 3. 2, 5, 5, 3, 1, 2, 5, 2.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit.
That last note was wrong.
Oh, my God.
I win! I win! Woo, woo, woo! Yes! You lose! Oh, I am so good!
What a sore winner.
Want to try again?
Damn it. I really need to write this down. Okay, this is how bad my memory is. I can't even follow something simple as that. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm really gonna have to write this down for real. Alright, where's that paper? Okay, and pencil. Okay. And it's random, so let's try this again.
Sure, I'm just getting warmed up.
3, 4, and 4. I actually should pause just so I can, you know, do it. That way I won't be hassled later. So 3, 1, 5, 5, 5 again. Okay. 4. Okay, this is the last stretch. Okay, so 4. 1. 4. 4 again. 3. And 5. Okay, here we go.
You're pretty good, boy.
There we go.
Let's see you follow this.
He's good. I'll never beat him.
That's not how you play a banjo. Okay, and this basically just strengthens the fact that he is Eddie Van Halen.
Whew, he sure knows how to play that banjo.
Can we just take it off
Can't
him?
just take it from him while he's playing.
Yeah, we can. Okay, what we gotta do is basically just take a gun and shoot the banjo. We gotta wait for it to put it back down. Put it back down. There we go.
You shot my banjo.
You can't be sure of that. That shot may have come from the grassy knoll.
Of all the lowdown tricks, I never heard of anything so low. I completely misjudged you. You are a pirate after all. I'd be proud to join your crew.
Great.
I'll just pack this stuff up and get ready. And give me back my gun.
I'll need 2 more sailors for my crew.
Okay, well, at least we got someone, though we still need to find more people. We'll at least get these 2. And we need a map and a ship. So off we go.